All-Star Jr. just called a shot on a dead man's grave, and Pete Youngin told him exactly what that cost. No fluff, no build-up. We jumping straight into it. All-Star Jr., the same __ they said was finished. The same __ they said nobody rocked with, posted a photo this week that broke the internet. Hard pick. Drip on point, chin up, no fear. But it wasn't the photo that had the streets going crazy. It was the 7 words in. That caption. 7 words. That's all it took for the whole NBA YoungBoy camp to go from 0 to you a dead man in under 48 hours. And the wildest part, All-Star clapped back like he ain't even blink. Y'all need to hear this, fam, because this ain't just internet beef. This is a grown man affiliated with one of the most dangerous fan bases in rap, mocking one of their fallen. And then when a member of that camp hops in the comments with a death threat, this __ All-Star Jr. responds with the coldest line of 2024, maybe 2025. I said what I said. So, we breaking all of it down today. The pic, the caption, the song preview, the cartoon, the comment from Pete Young, the clapback, and then, and this is where it gets really crazy what academics was out here saying at the beginning of all this, warning people not to ride with All-Star. Because when he is telling people to fall back, that means something is actually in the air. Fam, if you're not from the trenches of this side of the internet, let me catch you up fast. No long Wikipedia recap, just the facts. All-Star Jr. is a rapper. He's been in the mix for a minute. He ain't the biggest name in the game, but he's got a following. He's got music. And most importantly for this story, he's got beef. Real recognized beef with people connected to NBA YoungBoy Circle. Now, I'm not about to sit here and give you a full documentary on how that started, because that's a whole different video. But what you need to know right now today, for this story to hit the way it's supposed to hit, is this. All-Star Jr. is not a random. He's not some fan trolling from a burner account. This is a no-god with his face out, his name attached, his music on platforms, and he is actively, deliberately, publicly poking the bear. And Ben Tenon. Ben Tenon is not the cartoon character. Well, he is a cartoon character, and that's the whole point of the joke. But the Ben in the beef context was a figure connected to NBA YoungBoy's world. Someone who held weight in that circle. And the streets know what happened to him. So when All-Star Jr. posts a preview of his new song, and the visual is literally Ben 10, the cartoon character, the little boy from the animated show running with the Omnitrix watch on his wrist, that ain't an accident. That ain't a coincidence. That is a calculated, deliberate, disrespectful shot. Aimed, fired, posted to Instagram with zero apology. This nigga All-Star Jr. basically turned a dead man into a cartoon on purpose for content, and then posted it with a smile. That's the setup. Now, let me show you how the NBA camp reacted, because it went from 0 to 100 the moment Pete Youngin saw that post. Okay, so here's the sequence of events, and I need you to follow the timeline closely, because everything matters here. First, All-Star Jr. posted a pic, and this wasn't no regular new music dropping selfie. Gang was posted up looking comfortable, drip, different, energy untouchable. The kind of photo where you can tell a nigga woke up and chose violence. The caption is short. We talking 7 words. 7. And those 7 words, they hit different when you know what they're referencing. It was coded, but the streets decoded it instantly. That caption was basically All-Star announcing to everybody paying attention, I'm not scared, I'm not hiding, and I'm not done. The internet started buzzing immediately. Comments going crazy. People tagging each other. Fans of both sides weighing in. But that's just level 1 of what All-Star had planned for the week. Because then, and this is where the gas really hits the fire, he drops the song preview. Now, y'all, I need you to understand what this song preview looked like. Because this is where All-Star Jr. went from trolling to this __ is actually unhinged. And I kind of respect it. The visual for the preview is Ben 10, the actual Cartoon Network, the little boy with the alien watch, the green jacket, the whole costume running. And the song is apparently about, well, the title tells you everything. All-Star Jr. made a whole song, a whole record with production with a visual concept mocking a man associated with NBA YoungBoy's Circle, using a children's cartoon character as the metaphor. Bro, Bro, the audacity is astronomical. Think about what this takes. This ain't you just typing something slick in a comment section at 2 a.m. when you feeling yourself. This is premeditated. This is studio time. This is a concept. This is a rollout. All-Star Jr. sat down, thought about how he was going to do this, planned it out, recorded it, made the visual, and then posted it knowing exactly who was going to see it and exactly what was going to trigger. That is either the most courageous thing a rapper has done this year, or the most reckless. Maybe both. Fam, I've been doing this channel for a minute, and I've seen a lot of trolling, a lot of diss tracks, a lot of internet beefs, but I don't see Nagas do this. Taking a whole cartoon character associated with a dead man in a rival camp, and building a song concept around it while posting location, while keeping your real name and face attached. No cap, that takes a different kind of energy, and the streets felt it immediately. This is where it gets crazy. For real, Pete Youngin. And for those who don't know, Pete Youngin is a member of NBA Young Boys Circle, part of the Never Broke Again camp. Pete slides into the comments of All-Star's post. Now think about what that means. A member of that camp, someone with real ties to the situation, doesn't ignore the post, doesn't have his people handle it quietly, goes directly to the comment section. And what does Pete Young say? He a dead man. For words, he a dead man. No emoji, no laughing, no El bro is wild and straight, flat, cold. He a dead man. The kind of comment you read and feel in your chest a little bit, even through a phone screen. Now, at this point, the average rapper, and I mean the average one, the one who's been talking tough, but doesn't actually want the smoke. The average rapper sees Pete Young from the NBA camp tell him he a dead man under his post, and that rapper quietly deletes the post, maybe deactivates for a few days, comes back acting like it never happened. We've seen it 100 times. Post something hard, get confronted by the real ones, and fold like a lawn chair. All-Star Jr. is not that rapper, because here's what he replied. He said, "And I need y'all to really let this land." Well, guess who ain't walking? Gang. Gang. Guess who ain't walking? That is the most ice-cold, savage, disrespectful, perfectly timed clapback I have heard in a long time in this internet beef era. In 5 words, not even a sentence, just a fragment, All-Star Jr. just referenced the man they're supposedly defending, implied he's not here to defend himself, and basically told Pete Young, your threat means nothing because the last __ from your camp who stepped to me ain't around to tell the story. That is cold. That is cold, fam. Whether you're riding with All-Star or not, whether you think this is reckless or not, from a pure keeping it real standpoint, that clapback was nasty. That's the kind of response that screenshots get saved and reposted for years. The comment section exploded. We talking thousands of comments within the hour. People could not believe All-Star Jr. actually said that to Pete Young directly under his own post with his name and face visible. And that's what separates this story from regular internet beef. Because at this point, people genuinely started asking, is NBA about to slide on All-Star? And not in the hypothetical way. In the somebody might need to check on this any gay way. Now, here's something I need to address because it's been circulating and a lot of y'all have been asking about it. There's a clip out there, and this is significant of P. Young actually speaking on the situation vocally, not just a comment, a clip him saying something about it, directly. And when you watch that clip, fam, the energy is different from a comment. A comment can be typed cold and quick. A clip means a nigga actually had to sit in front of a camera or a phone and decide I'm going to address this publicly with my voice, with my face on record. That's a different level of engagement. That means All-Star Jr.'s post got enough traction, enough attention, enough weight that it warranted a real verbal response from someone in that camp. Not just a 4-word comment, an actual clip. And in that clip, the energy from P. Young is exactly what you'd expect from someone in that position who just watched a rival mock one of their people using a cartoon character. There's no laughter. There's no dismissal. There's a seriousness to it that confirms one thing. This situation is not being treated as a joke on their end. Now, the streets are watching because when both sides are publicly engaged, when All-Star is posting cartoon, posting, the pic, dropping the caption, clapping back in the comments, and someone from the NBA camp is responding both in writing and on video. We are no longer in internet beef territory. This is something different. This has moved into real recognition territory. Real recognize real. And the NBA camp just recognized All-Star enough to respond out loud. That matters. Pay attention to that. Now, let me take you back because this story doesn't start with this. Weeks post. And here's where the full picture starts coming together. And this is the part that most people slept on. DJdemix, love him or hate him. But you cannot deny that AK has his ear to the streets on a level that most of these media personalities don't. AKA was out here at the beginning of this whole situation telling people, don't ride with All-Star. Straight up, don't align yourself with All-Star Jr. in this beef. Now, when Akademiks tells you something like that, you got to understand what that means coming from him. AK doesn't just randomly pick sides in random beefs. He's got relationships. He's got information. He knows which situations are actually dangerous and which ones are just Twitter noise. And when he sat in front of that camera and told his audience, which is millions of people, not to ride with All-Star, he was essentially saying, this isn't a fair fight. This isn't just beef. There are real consequences on this side that you don't understand if you're just watching from your phone. That warning from that was significant. That should have been the moment people took this seriously. But All-Star Jr. kept going anyway. And this is a fascinating part of the story, fam. Because you got to ask yourself, what kind of person keeps going after it tells people not to ride with them? One of two things. Either you are absolutely reckless and you don't understand the gravity of the situation, or, and hear me, out, you know something. You got something. You got people. You got a reason to feel secure enough to keep poking. Because Angle with no backup doesn't respond to he a dead man with guess who ain't walking. That response comes from somewhere. That's not fear talking. That's comfort. That's confidence. Real or perceived. That's a nigga who believes he's covered. That cover actually looks like the streets got theories. The blogs got theories. But what I know for a fact is that All-Star Jr. has not backed down a single inch since it gave that warning. Not one step back. Every post has been more aggressive than the last. Every response has been sharper and the new song. The cartoon Ben 10 concept that came after the warning after. So, either All-Star Jr. is the most reckless individual in rap right now, or he knows something that the rest of us don't. And either way, the story is fascinating. Now, I've been watching the comments, I've been watching the quote tweets, I've been watching reaction videos, and the streets are divided on this one in a way I haven't seen in a while. Let me break down the different camps because they all matter. Camp 1, the All-Star Riders. And yes, they exist. These are the people who think All-Star Jr. is doing something genuinely historic in terms of boldness. They're saying nobody talks to the NBA camp like that. Nobody claps back after a death threat with a line that clever. They think All-Star is writing himself into the culture's history, win or lose. And their argument isn't without merit. Like, regardless of what you think about the situation morally from a pure, keeping it real standpoint, guess who ain't walking is one of the hardest comment replies we've seen in years of internet beef. These folks are riding with the energy, even if they're worried about the outcome. Camp 2, these dead wrong camp. These are the people who feel like All-Star crossed the line by turning a real death or a real situation involving real people into cartoon content. They feel like the Ben 10 thing specifically is too far. They're saying there's a difference between talking your talk in a diss track and literally animating somebody. They're not necessarily NBA writers. They just feel like that particular move was disrespectful in a way that goes beyond just beef. And honestly, you can't dismiss that perspective. The cartoon thing is different. That's not a bar in a song. That's a visual concept. That's a character. That's merchandisable disrespect. That's content. Camp 3, the observers. These are the people who don't have a dog in the fight, but they're watching closely because they understand that the situation has a potential to go in a very real direction. They're the ones screenshotting everything, saving the comments, waiting to see what happens next, because they know that when a member of a camp publicly tells someone he a dead man, and that someone responds the way All-Star responded, the ball is now in the other court. Something has to happen. Either the NBA camp has to show that the comment had real weight behind it, or All-Star Jr. starts looking like he called their bluff and won. And that third camp, that's where most people actually are. Even if they're posting in Camp 1 or Camp 2 in the comments in private, most people are just watching, waiting, because this has the energy of something that isn't over yet. Here's what's happening as a result of this story blowing up, and I want you to pay attention to the cultural ripple effects, because they matter way beyond just a specific beef between All-Star and the NBA camp. First, other rappers are watching, and that means other rappers are learning, whether consciously or not. What All-Star Jr. demonstrated this week is that you can publicly, aggressively, creatively disrespect a powerful camp, and if you hold your ground, the internet will make you famous for it. That lesson is getting absorbed in real time. Maybe not this week, maybe not this year, but some hungry, broke, nothing to lose rapper is watching this unfold right now and filing every single move away for future reference. All-Star just wrote a blueprint, and blueprints get copied. The scariest part, the next person who uses it might not have All-Stars as timing or as apparent backup. And that's when something like this stops being a viral moment and starts being a tragedy. The culture creates templates, whether it means to or not. This is one of them. Second, the NBA YoungBoy fan base, which is one of the most vocal, most ride or die fan bases in rap, is activated. And an activated NBA fan base is not just comments and retweets. These are people who show up. These are people who rally, they track, they find, they coordinate in ways that most fan bases don't. And whether that energy channels into internet activity or something more tangible, it's been fully mobilized. All-Star Jr. will feel that force one way or another. Could be streaming numbers getting tanked. Could be shows getting disrupted. Could be something heavier. The point is, once that fan base locks onto a target with real energy, the target feels it. And right now, All-Star Jr. is that target. Third, the diss track is coming. That song preview All-Star posted, that's not a teaser for attention. That's a declaration of war with a release date attached. The song is done. The concept is locked. It's coming out. And when it drops, a full record built around the Ben 10 cartoon concept, riding on the wave of this exact viral moment. This beef goes to a completely different level. Because then it's not just Instagram posts and comment sections. It's streaming numbers, it's playlist placements, it's royalty checks, it's money literally attached to the disrespect. DSP is going to serve that record to NBA YoungBoy fans algorithmically. It's going to show up in their recommended. They're going to hear it whether they want to or not. And that changes the math in ways that a caption and a clap. And I'm saying it because we don't wish harm on nobody on this channel. And real ones already know that about us. But if anything happens, Pete Youngin's comment is exhibit A in every courtroom conversation that follows. Everybody knows it. Pete Youngin's legal team knows it. And that reality creates a very specific kind of complexity for how the NBA camp can actually respond from this point forward. They've already shown their hand publicly. Everything they do next is being watched, documented, and time-stamped. That don't make All-Star untouchable, but it does make the opposition's next move significantly more calculated and significantly more costly. Fifth, and this is a ripple effect nobody's really talking about yet, the blogs and media are now locked in. We're covering it. Academics covered it. Other channels are covering it. Once the media ecosystem picks up a beef story at this level, it develops a life of its own that the actual participants can't fully control anymore. All-Star can't take back the cartoon. Pete can't uncomment. He a dead man. The machine is running now, and the machine feeds on escalation. Every new development gets amplified 10 times louder than it would have been a week ago, which means whatever happens next in this situation, good, bad, or ugly, it's going to hit the culture at full volume. No mute button, no quiet resolution. This one plays out in public all the way to the end. All right, fam. Let me zoom out because this story is not just about All-Star Jr. mocking Ben 10. It's not just about Pete Young's comment. It's not even just about whether the NBA camp slides or not. This story is about something bigger that's been brewing in hip-hop culture for the last few years. And I need you to see it clearly. We are in an era where the internet has fundamentally changed the risk-reward calculation in rap beef. 10 years ago, if you mocked a dead man connected to a dangerous camp, you didn't do it on a public Instagram post with your government name attached. That played out differently in different spaces with different visibility. But now the internet is the arena, and clout, engagement, and going viral have become their own form of protection and their own form of ammunition. All Star Jr. posting that Ben 10 content is him understanding something about the current moment. The more eyes on you, the more complicated it is to move on you in certain ways. The more documented the beef is, the more every move becomes evidence. The internet is watching. So, the internet is the battlefield now in a way it wasn't before. And that's not a criticism of All Star. It's an observation about the culture. When Pete Young says he had a dead man in a comment section that gets screenshotted and goes viral within an hour, Pete Young is also making a calculation about what he can say, what he can't say, what serves the narrative, and what creates liability. And this is chess gang on multiple levels. And All Star Jr., whether you think he's crazy or calculated, is moving pieces. He's not a pawn in this story. He's playing. Whether he's playing smart is the question everybody's debate. But here's the real tea that I want to leave you with. The clapback. Well, guess who ain't walking? That response tells you something important about how All Star Jr. sees this situation. He's not scared of Pete Young's comment because he doesn't believe the consequences will reach him the way Pete is implying. And there are only a few reasons a person feels that way. Either they're protected or they're reckless. Or they genuinely believe that the public nature of this beef makes certain moves too costly for the other side. And if it's that third thing, if All Star has been that the internet visibility is itself a form of armor, then what we're watching is a new kind of street politics. One that plays out on feeds and in comment sections. One where going viral is the equivalent of having your boys nearby. One where cloud is currency that can buy you a certain kind of safety. Now, I ain't saying that's right or wrong. I'm saying that's what's happening. And academics saw it from the beginning. Which is why his warning was what it was, because it understood that All Star was playing a game that the NBA camp might not respond to in a conventional way. And that makes it more unpredictable, not less dangerous. The culture is shifting. Fan beef is being fought in two lanes simultaneously. The street lane and the internet lane. And the tactics in each lane are bleeding into each other in ways that make everything messier, higher stakes, and harder to predict. So, where does this go from here? Let me be real with y'all. The song is dropping. All Star Jr. has committed to this bit in a way that makes it impossible to walk back. The Ben 10 concept is too far out there. The clap back is too public. The engagement is too high. The song drops, and when it does, it becomes a cultural moment whether people want it to or not. Pete Youngkin's response, the comment, and the clip means the NBA camp is not ignoring this. They've engaged publicly on the record. So now their credibility is on the line, in the same way All-Star safety is on the line. Both sides have skin in the game. Now that's how beef actually works when it's real. Both parties are committed to an outcome whether they plan to be or not. And the wild card, whatever academics, knows that we don't because it gave that warning for a reason. He doesn't throw those warnings around for content. When Axe says don't ride with someone in a situation like this, there's information behind that. And eventually that information either becomes public or becomes a story that explains why things went the way they went. Y'all think the NBA camp is going to slide on All-Star for real, or is this one of those situations where the internet beef stays internet beef? Drop in the comments, because I genuinely want to know what the streets think. And if you're new here, sub up, because when this story develops, we are going to be the first ones breaking it down with no filter, no cap, and maximum respect for the real ones. That's what we do here. Keep it a 100, gang. Till next time.